Hello friends, today's topic is what are the circumstances under which a president rule can be imposed upon a state. My lesson plan include why it is in the news. Secondly, what are the different provisions of emergencies in our constitution? What are the provisions of president rule in our constitution? What are the circumstances under which a president rule can be imposed? Landmark judgment of Supreme Court in the S.R. Bomai case in 1994 and conclusion. Friends, as you know that Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh resigned from his post because of dissatisfaction among members of legislative assemblies. Friends, as you know that Manipur has been suffering from ethnic violence for the last 3 years. This is the 11th time that Manipur had to undergo under president rule. But assembly has not been dissolved, but it was kept under suspended animation. This was done with the objective that whenever there will be a unanimity among the members of the ruling party to select a unanimous leader, then the assembly will be revived, president rule will be removed, and a popular government will be formed. Friends, as you know that there are 3 kinds of emergencies in our constitution under Article 352, 356 and 360. Under Article 352, the president is empowered to declare emergency in the whole of India or a part of the territory of India on the ground of external aggression, war or armed rebellion. Under Article 356, the president is empowered to impose president rule over a state if he is satisfied that the government of that state is not being run according to the provisions of the constitution, that the state machinery has broken down. And lastly, the president can impose financial emergency if he is satisfied that the financial situation of our country is at stake. Friends, now I switch over to the point as to what are the provisions of Article 356 or Article 365 by which the president rule is imposed upon a state. As I have already told you that if the president is satisfied that a certain state is not being governed according to the provision of the constitution, or the state machinery has completely broken down on account of ongoing agitations or insurgency or otherwise, president can impose president rule on that state either on the recommendation of the governor of that state or otherwise. He can suo motu impose president rule on that state. But when a president rule is imposed upon a state, that proclamation must be ratified by either house of the parliament within 2 months, failing which the president rule would be revoked automatically. Within the period of president rule, the president can either dissolve the state assembly or can keep the state assembly under suspended animation, as we have seen in the case of Manipur State Legislative Assembly. The resolution for the continuation of the president rule must be passed by both houses of parliament within 2 months. During the president rule, the president takes the power of a state government. The executive power is performed by his representative, that is governor, and the advisors appointed by him. The function of legislative assembly is delegated to the parliament, and the parliament is authorized to make laws enumerated in the state list during president rule. Friends, but you must note that after the lapse of 1 year of president rule, it can continue if there is a proclamation of emergency or a national emergency throughout the territory of India or a state, or if election commission gives a certificate to that effect that election cannot be held in that state. The resolution for the president rule is passed by both houses of parliament for 6 months, but it can be extended repeatedly by either house of the parliament. If the state emergency or president rule is to be extended more than 3 years, it requires constitutional amendment, as it happened in the case of Jammu and Kashmir and Punjab, which continued under president rule for more than 3 years on account of insurgencies in both the states. Friends, under Article 365, there is a provision that if state governments do not comply the directives given by the central government, I mean the President of India, is empowered to promulgate president rule over that state. And I will enumerate later on in my lecture when certain states underwent president rule because of the violation of center's directives. So it is clear that under Article 356 or Article 365, the center takes away the executive as well as legislative powers of the state. But the power of High Court cannot be taken away by the center even during the president's rule of that state. Now I switch over to the point as to what are the circumstances under which the president rule can be imposed upon a state. Friends, as you know that there is no mention of exhaustive details with regard to the circumstances of the president rule. But since independence, there are 135 times when the president rule was imposed on different states on account of certain factors. And I would like to mention those factors. These are political instability or hung assembly. For example, in 2005, when no party got majority in Bihar, the state was put under president rule and a new election was conducted. In 2013, the Jharkhand government collapsed because of differences between the coalition partner of JMM and BJP, thereby bringing president rule over Jharkhand. Whenever there is a breakdown of law and order situation because of communal violence or otherwise, the president has imposed president rule over that state. For example, when the Babri Masjid was demolished, there was widespread communal violence in our country, and so the BJP ruled states of UP, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan were dismissed and president rule was imposed upon those states. President rule was also imposed on account of continued militancy. For example, when the state government of Punjab failed miserably to tackle Khalistani movement, the government of India imposed president rule over Punjab in between 1983 to 85. Similarly, in Jammu and Kashmir, the president rule was imposed between 1990 to 96 for 6 years on account of Pakistan-sponsored terrorism in the valley. The president rule was also imposed because of the breakup of coalition partners. For example, in 2018, the breakup between BJP and PDP took place in Jammu and Kashmir. The BJP was very much against the increasing violence in the valley, and it criticized the government that PDP-led government is not controlling the situation and the violence is increasing in valley. And so it withdrew support, and thus the president rule was imposed on Jammu and Kashmir in 2018. In 2007, the coalition partnership of BJP and JDS broke down because JDS did not transfer the post of chief ministership as agreed upon to BJP, and so the central government imposed president rule over Karnataka. Similarly, in 2019, the coalition partnership between Shiv Sena and BJP broke down because BJP did not want to give the post of chief ministership to Shiv Sena, contending that it has got more seats in the state assembly than Shiv Sena. And so, president rule was imposed because no party could prove majority on the floor of the assembly, and so president has to impose president rule over Maharashtra in 2019. Similarly, in 2013, the coalition partnership broke down between JMM and BJP, and so the president has no choice but to impose president rule over Jharkhand. The president rule was also imposed on the ground of resignation by the incumbent chief minister. For example, in 1989, S.R. Bomay, the chief minister of Karnataka, had to resign because he lost majority in the state assembly and most of his supporters deserted. Similarly, in 2025, in the instant case, N. Biren Singh, the incumbent chief minister of Manipur, had to resign because he could not muster majority support within his party. In 1951, Punjab had to undergo president rule because the incumbent chief minister had internal differences with MLAs of Congress party, and so he could not muster enough support to prove his majority within the Congress legislative party, and so he had to resign, and the center had no choice but to clamp president rule over Punjab. This was the first instance of president rule in a state. Because of the ongoing agitation on the ground of illegal migration, the center had to clamp president rule over Assam between 1979 to 80. The president rule was also imposed on account of political vendetta. For example, when the Janata government came to power at the center in 1977, it dismissed 9 Congress-ruled states on the ground that these state governments have lost confidence of the people. So when Mrs. Gandhi came to power in 1980, she paid in the same coin by dismissing all those 9 opposition-ruled states. This is a glaring example of political vendetta and an example of weakening the federal structure of our constitution. As I have already told you that on account of ongoing insurgency, terrorist threats, several border states like Punjab, Jammu Kashmir and northeastern states like Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura were put under president rule in different times, so that the government machinery should function according to the provisions of the constitution. Friends, the provisions of Article 356 and 365 were misused on account of political gains. For example, in 1959, the government of EMS Namudripad, the communist government, was dismissed on the ground of dissatisfaction among a group of people and ongoing agitation in Kerala. Similarly, in the year 1967 and 69, the United Front government led by communists were dismissed to gain political mileage. In 1975 and 1992, Nagaland was put under president rule because the constitutional machinery completely broke down. The center imposed president rule on the ground of violation of its directives under Article 365. Examples are Rajasthan in 1957, whereby the Chief Minister Mohanlal Sukhadia was dismissed and the president rule was promulgated. In 1951, the Punjab Congress government was dismissed because it did not implement the directives of the central government. Similarly, Andhra Pradesh government was dismissed in 1954, Nagaland in 1975, Karnataka in 1971, Manipur in 2001 because they violated the directives issued by the central governments. Now I switch over to landmark judgment of Supreme Court in S.R. Bomay case. Friends, as you know that S.R. Bomay was the Chief Minister of Karnataka in 1989 when he was dismissed by the central government and the President rule was imposed. He was not allowed to have floor test in the assembly, and so he approached Supreme Court. In 1994, the Supreme Court gave the landmark verdict, and because of this verdict, frequencies of President rule have come down. For example, from 1951 to 1994, there were 100 President rule in states. This means 2.5 times per year. From 1994 to date, for the last 4 decades, President rule was imposed 30 times. It means one President rule in 1 year. This became possible because of the S.R. Bomay case. In this case, the Supreme Court held that the President rule is under judicial review. There cannot be arbitrary President rule in a state. The report of the governor with regard to the President rule or the failure of the government machinery in the state is not final. And if the Supreme Court finds that a certain state government has been imposed under President rule arbitrarily, it can restore the state government. The Supreme Court held that the state government must be given an opportunity to prove its majority on the floor of the House before its dismissal. So the Supreme Court held that state governments have got autonomy and they cannot be dismissed at the sweet will of the central government. Thus, the Supreme Court established a balance between the center and state government and thereby strengthened the concept of federalism in India. Friends, you must note that Supreme Court exercised the judicial review by declaring the President rule over Uttarakhand and Arunachal Pradesh as arbitrary, and so both the state government were restored. To conclude, Article 356 and Article 365 have been very much misused by the central government, but on account of S.R. Bomay case, the frequency of President rule over different state has come down. Now the President rule has come under judicial review and the higher judiciary can interfere, and so the enforcement of President rule on flimsy ground has become almost impossible. However, the situation in the border states and union territories are quite different, where there is ongoing insurgency and terrorist threats, and so both these articles are still useful for tackling internal disturbances. So friends, now I conclude my lecture. If you have any suggestion, please give your valuable comments. I will improve in the next video.